Big hugs, everyone, and welcome to Pass the Mic. I'm sitting here with this sweet angel, Rachel.
Hi, everyone.
And we're going to do the song of the week. Rachel, what song is that?
This is Put Your Records On.
Put your records on. Put your records on. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, put your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, put your head down. Just go ahead, put your head down. We'll do that again, but not right now. Thank you, Rachel. That's awesome. Welcome to Pass the Mic. So, I guess you would be considered a millennium? A millennial?
A millennial, yes.
A millennial.
That's what I've been told.
How does that make you feel?
Does it make me feel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stigma against millennials, actually.
I know. What's that all about?
Yeah, they think that we're really self-centered, focused on our phones, that we have big hopes and dreams, but also that we don't know how to work hard to attain them, I've heard. So I don't love the stigma behind it.
See, now I think that is really beautiful because times have changed. And that whole hard work yourself to the bone, retire when you're 80 and die at 82. I don't see the beauty in that. You know, technology has come along and it helps a great deal. How do you participate with technology?
How do I participate with technology?
Yeah, how do you participate?
I mean, I use it every day.
Okay, so do you do a lot of texting? Do you email? Do you...
Yeah. I've tried to detach before, and it's very difficult too because so much of my life and other people's lives are online, and you have to use email, text, phone calls, FaceTime, everything to contact them. But I try to only use methods of technology that are really useful and help me connect with others and that aren't draining. So I don't use a lot of social media.
Oh, no. Well,
because I use Facebook.
Okay.
I don't use Instagram anymore. I don't use Snapchat a lot because it wasn't adding to my life at all.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
See, I love technology. I think we have to learn how to utilize it because it is new. It's very new. So everybody's learning. There's a commercial that comes on TV where there are parents at the table on their phones, and it's the kid that's trying to engage them.
That's totally me.
I think millennials get a bad rep too. I think it's beautiful that you're born into this time and space that's very different. Did you know what a record player looked like before your mom and dad got one?
Yeah, I have a record player too, but before that, no.
You know, like there was a little boy that somebody showed him what a telephone with the old dial.
Yeah.
He was like, "What is that?" Did you know about the old telephone?
I did, but it was a similar. Like we never had one, but I've seen them before.
See, I mean, and the way TV. How do you look at television now, or do you look at television?
It's a similar way to how I look at social media, where I feel like it's really cool, but it also can be a really big time waster, so I try not to use television too much.
Brilliant.
Just because, I don't know, I know that a lot of millennials and a lot of people think of millennials as being on social media and television and all these electronics all the time, that they don't connect with people, and I don't want to be like that. And I want to use my time more wisely.
But those are some of the same people that are on the social media looking at what the millennials are doing.
Yeah, yes they are.
Two-faced it. I actually think that we just have to learn how to utilize it. I think all the different platforms, that it's a way of communicating. There are people that say that we're losing contact with person to person. Do you think that?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, huh?
Yeah.
Well, now what about your friends when you guys hang out? Do you hang out and talk and text while you're with one another?
I try not to, but most people my age do. They are always on their phones, even when they're with people, even when they're at dinner, even when they're at birthday parties or with their best friends. They're always on their phones.
What are they talking about?
They're talking to other people, and they're checking their social media accounts or seeing what other people are up to.
Now they did show something about the clicking on social media, like when you get a click, how addictive it's become, that people are just in search of the click. Did you like it? Did you?
It's true. It's an addiction.
It is an addiction, but it's an addiction that we've all participated in.
Yeah.
Because when you see something that goes viral, everybody wants that. I mean, nobody likes to say it in their outside voice, but I think everybody wants a little viral happening in their life. Now, do you create movies? Do you tell your life story on social network? Do you say, "Oh, I just broke up with Jimmy. I hate Jimmy"?
A little bit. Not too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more the big things. Like I just committed to college, so I put that on Facebook.
Oh, congratulations! Which college?
Reed College in Portland.
Oh, Portland is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's beautiful.
I just visited.
You did?
Yeah, it's a beautiful. I'll show you pictures afterwards.
Oh, I love it.
It's beautiful. It's such a cool school. But so stuff like that I'll put on Facebook because I want people to know about that. But not little things. I try not to do it too much.
Okay, that's very cool. So going to, or I should say, selecting the college that you wanted to go to, what was the criteria for you?
Good financial aid, number one.
Nothing wrong with that.
I wanted to go to a school of people who really love to learn and were really passionate about something. It didn't have to be the same thing as me, but the idea that they were really passionate and cared about their learning. Okay. I also really wanted a small school with really good professors. So, like Reed has, it could have 10, 5, 15 kids in a classroom.
Oh my.
Yeah, so you really get to know your professors. You call them by their first names. Yeah, it's really cool.
Is it safe to say you're not a party girl?
No. There are no parties. No fraternities, no parties.
So it's really about learning.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And do you know what your major is going to be?
I think sociology.
Oh.
But as of recently, I've been thinking about maybe doing a joint major between environmental science and economics, but I don't really know.
How cool is that? Now, do you have any friends that go to that school?
I know one girl, yeah.
Oh, okay. And you'll stay on the campus?
Yeah.
Campus life?
Yeah.
With all that beautiful outdoor. Do you hike?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh.
When I get the time.
So, I get the impression that you like to study. Do you enjoy studying?
It depends what studying is. I enjoy learning, and I enjoy talking to people about what I'm learning about.
Okay.
But I don't enjoy reading textbooks. I don't know who does. So.
Well, so you enjoy learning. What's the last thing that you've learned in the last 2 months?
The last thing that I've learned the last 2 months. Oh my gosh.
I know that it's time is moving like this.
I know.
So in the last week.
Yeah, no, I learned a ton in economics class about economics.
Don't fall off the deep end over there. Wait.
I don't know. I can only think of things I've learned in class. Is that
Sure. Whatever it is that you've learned.
I just recently learned about, in economics, the idea of a price ceiling and a price floor.
Okay.
And how, basically, when the government puts regulations on different businesses, it can impose a price floor or a price ceiling, which keeps prices from, like, in the event of a price floor, you are making prices, you are saying that prices can't go below a certain rate. It happens a lot with minimum wage. So if we have minimum wage at $10, you're saying it can't go below $10.
Okay.
And there's this equilibrium price point where the buyer and the seller get the perfect price, where like the seller like sells it at the most amount and for the cheapest price for the buyer, and it all works out where they make the most profit in both ways.
Everybody wins,
right?
Okay.
So when a price floor is imposed, it keeps prices from being able to lower to the price where everybody wins, and instead keeps them higher so that, like with minimum wage, the people that win, like for labor, if you have to pay more for labor, you're going to hire less people, so then you have a problem with unemployment, but the people who are hired get paid more.
Okay.
So we were talking about that and the concept of, like, is it better to have unemployment or is it better to have lower wages?
That's a beautiful, that's a powerful learning. And I mean, that's up for great debate.
Yeah.
Because we're at that space right now, and then you have to bring in the other factors of living, the cost of living, especially in Southern California. The cost of living is high, and so having people at minimum wage, it's a little tough that you have people at minimum wage, especially if something happens health-wise. Out. I love it. That's very powerful. It makes you think about the things that are going on.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you are aware of what happened, one of the shootings that took place in Florida.
Yes.
And for me, I love seeing how the youth has come together to speak their words about it. I know it's very personal, but if you don't mind, what are your thoughts about the movement that's happening? Because it's kind of like a movement.
Yeah, it is kind of like a movement. I think it's difficult to see that for change to get done, kids have to get involved and kids have to organize something, because we're taught that the government will kind of help us and protect our rights and protect us as people.
Right.
And it's scary to think that the government, from my perspective, is more obsessed with money and staying in power than it is with protecting its people in many ways. And so I think it's really cool what the kids from Parkland are doing.
Yes.
But it's disappointing to me that they have to do it at all.
Really? I know that well, for me, I think it's empowering in the sense that, and I get what you're saying, because the adults are supposed to be able to come up with a system that affords security and safety.
Yeah.
And the adults haven't had much luck.
Nope.
We haven't had much luck. So I'm hoping that it's like, okay, the young people are now involved. I saw a young lady I think she was 11 years old. And she spoke out about the violence. And within her speech, she talked about how other adults were saying that she was a puppeteer. That she wasn't really, this wasn't what was on her heart. This was what some adult wrote for her to say. And that was really mind-blowing for me. Yeah. I do feel that millennials speak their mind more.
Yeah, I think so.
I really do. I think they speak their mind more. And I love that. Because, I was kind of taught children are seen and not heard. So, it took a while to get your energy up, to get your mojo up to be able to say something. But in this day and age, and especially with technology, you can speak it whether your parents know or not. You can tap it right there on Facebook, and it's out there.
Yeah, I know. We have so much power. It's incredible. And I definitely think, from knowing my generation, that when I think about the U.S. in 80 years, it's going to be a completely different society. Totally different. The culture is going to be totally different.
Does that excite you or scare you?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I'm afraid for artificial intelligence. But I'm excited for everything else. Like, on a grand scale, I think everything is progressing.
Yes.
In the U.S. and in the world, and I'm excited to see that. And I definitely have faith in my generation.
I have faith in the millennials too. I think you're powerful. I think you're creative. Yes, have there been some that have made so much money so quickly, but a lot of people that make a lot of money don't know what to do with it and end up losing it. But all of that's even changing. Our forms of money are changing. Are you familiar with Bitcoin?
Yes.
What is that? Do you even know what?
Oh man. Bitcoin is a meme. Do you know what a meme is?
No.
Oh.
Educate me.
A
I want to
meme
learn.
is, how do I describe this? A meme is kind of like a trend online,
Okay.
but it's something that people are making fun of. Almost. So it can be like a clip from a video or something that people often find really funny, and then they will spread it all around online. All these people across the world know of it and have seen it, and
Right.
will like imitate it and talk about it.
Okay.
It's like a little bit of the media shortened down that people will
Okay.
blow up and
Okay.
get really famous quickly. And
Oh.
it's famous for like 2 weeks, and then no one talks about
right.
it.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like there was a woman in Chicago that I ain't got no time for this. That slogan picked up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she even had a organization within a month time. I was like, oh my God, she's really capitalizing from this. And then nothing,
Yeah.
And so now that's associated with a Bitcoin, or that is.
So Bitcoin, I use the word meme to talk about a lot of things. It probably has a more specific term, more
Gotcha.
specific definition.
Gotcha.
But Bitcoin is a meme in that
Okay.
everyone knows what it is and kind of makes fun of the idea of it. Because I think there was do you know what a Bitcoin is?
Well, I know that it's internet money.
Yeah.
That's what, like, you
Yeah.
know, it can't be, like, I can't withdraw it and put it in my bank, in the U.S. bank.
Yeah.
But on the internet, certain places will accept it. They, you know,
Yeah.
you can pay for items with it. I think that it's going to be something that's actually going to turn out to be a system that
Yeah.
we're going to be using on the
It might.
internet. Yeah. Somebody has created it somewhere. I don't know how it gets its value, though. That's still like, I don't know. Somebody wrote me, said they had $1 million Bitcoin. Come join the party. It's like, and what?
Pretty much. I don't understand it.
You know, these are the things. This is what technology brings about. These are the things. So, enough with the Bitcoin. Getting back to you. Now that you're getting ready to go off to college, so you're graduating this year.
Mhm. 2
2
months. 2 months, 1 day.
Are you ready? Seems like you're ready. Now, getting ready to leave high school, that means leaving some of your old friends. Some people get a little freaked out about that. How do you feel?
It's the one part I'm not ready for. Well, there are a lot of parts. I don't know. I definitely junior, senior year made some incredible friends and really saw who was important in my life and who I really valued. And now that I have those people, I don't want to leave them. Especially my best friend is going to UC Davis, so it's about 8 hours away from me.
Right.
Which, you know, is closer than if she went to Vermont or something, but still is far.
Well, there's FaceTime.
Yeah, there's FaceTime. Yeah.
There's Skype. There's so much now that brings that existence close, where it doesn't feel as far away.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, preparing for that and preparing for leaving the nest. How does that feel? Leaving the nest.
I don't know. So, all of high school up until this year, pretty much, I've been so excited to go off to college and thinking about it all the time. And I'm still very excited, but it's been hitting me a lot in the past couple months that I'm not going to have my parents, and I'm not going to have the accessibility of, like, a car whenever I want, and all my best friends and my teachers and everything that I know, and it's going to be completely different and new, and I have to remind myself that you have to do that, and that can be a really exciting thing instead of a scary thing if you change your perspective about it.
Exactly.
Especially because I'm going somewhere that I specifically selected for my interests, so I'm gonna find more people. If I found people that I like at some random public high school, I'll find more people at college. Yeah.
You definitely will. And it's beautiful that you can recognize that, okay, this is a little scary, and everybody goes through it. You know, change is inevitable. Every day is really a different day. You may not see it, but, you know, a few months ago, there were no flowers, no blossoms on any tree. And now they're just busting forward with everything. And so, to remind yourself that everything comes from within you.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a really likable person.
Thank
Very
you.
likable. So you'll meet people easily and being in a space. But it's great to just recognize that, there are people that you're going to miss. And of course, the car thing, just have your mom and daddy get you a car.
It's not gonna happen.
You then befriend someone that has one.
Yeah, that was my plan. And there's great public transportation in Portland. I'll get a bike.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It is a very outdoorsy place, and getting around, they make it really easy and accessible there. I love that about Portland, Seattle. I'm not crazy about all the rain, but I do love the transit system there. It's really great. You don't have to have it. Oh, she's in the perfect place. What are you talking about? So it's going to be so perfect. It's so awesome. So with college, going off to college, getting prepared for that big, wonderful step, have you picked your roommate yet?
No, we don't pick roommates. There's a housing survey you fill out that pairs you with someone. I think they try to pair you with someone with opposite interests so that you can meet different people, which I think is overrated.
No.
But the really cool thing about Reed is that they have divided doubles. So basically, it's your single room that's just connected to another room via a doorway. And so if you don't like them, you just close the door. And you never see them.
You're out of my life.
Pretty much.
But I think that's really cool because having the exposure to all different type of people really helps you be able to understand more about yourself and also how to deal with people.
That's true.
Because you're not going to like everybody. It's just what it is. We got to be all right with that. We're not going to like everybody, and it's okay. But you don't have to hate anybody because they're different than you. And that's the beautiful thing, because if everybody was the same, wouldn't it be boring? Don't you think it would be boring?
Yeah.
I think it would be very boring. Very boring. If every pet was the same, you'd be like, my friend down the street got the same pet.
Generic white dog. 50 pounds.
50 pounds. That's what was that movie? The Stepford Wives. Everybody. It was a boring life. And you can't grow like that.
Yeah.
You don't grow like that. So you're at this point in your life. This is a pivotal point that you're expanding into. It's exciting. It's very exciting. What would you say to another young lady that's getting ready to make this change in her life?
So is she my age?
Yeah. She's a millennial like you.
She's a millennial. Well, I mean, is she choosing a college, or how old is she?
Well, she's just, some are going to college. Mm-hmm. Some are going into the workforce. Some are undecided. They're going to be at home on their mama's couch. They're not sure what they're going to do yet, or their daddy's couch. Some are going to go off on an adventure. What would you say?
That's so open-ended. What would I say to anyone embarking on a change, you mean?
Yes.
Probably just to continually check your perspective and make sure that you're going into it with positivity in mind and trying to change your perspective if you get scared. Because when I get scared, I have to take a step back and think about it and try to reevaluate how I'm looking at it. Not that I do that all the time.
That's powerful.
I don't have it completely down, but I do it once in a while.
We all get scared. That's really powerful. That was really beautiful. Truly. Yeah. Because we all get scared. And it's not to run away from the change. But sometimes you got to get perspective. That's a beautiful thing. And if you don't get perspective on yourself, then you continue to hit your head against the wall. Mm-hmm. And that hurts. So I want to thank Rachel for joining me today on Pass the Mic. It's been awesome speaking with a millennial that she didn't use her phone. Well, she did for me. I had to get the lyrics. I was going to write it down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You know I had to get your hair down. Sapphire fire and faded jeans. I hope you know your dreams. Just go ahead, get your head down. Just go ahead, let your head down. I want to thank you so much for joining me today on Pass the Mic. And I definitely want to thank Rachel for coming on and sharing her beautiful gifts and joy. And congratulations to you and to Reed College. They're getting an excellent student, an outstanding student. Remember, we are a student of life. And life is constantly evolving and changing. And we get the opportunity to do that every day. We are one, we hold a vision. We are creating our here and now. Just you and me. Just you and me. I'll see you next week on Pass the Mic.